Welcome back to CubeRiver. Today I'll show you how to solve the first two steps of the CFOP method. So that's going to be the cross and the first two layers. By the end of this video, you have the top two layers solved and we'll be ready for OLL and PLL in a future tutorial. So let's get started. The first step is solving the white cross. The goal is to place all four white edge pieces around the white center while also matching them with the correct side centers. So as you can see here, we have all the white edge pieces surrounding the white center, but we also have the side centers aligned as well. Okay, so in order to solve this, we'll start by locating the white edge pieces. So if I scatter the cube like this, we'll find the white edge pieces. So you have white as your top here. And already you can see there's one edge piece just beside that center. So we're going to check the side and see what color this is. And here we can see it's blue. So easily we can rotate the cube to where blue and blue aligns. And we know that that side of the cross has been fixed. So we're going to locate the next one. And a small tip that's very helpful here is to try and check underneath and see if there's any white edge piece there, because any of the white edge pieces that are already under the cube, so those ones that are already on the bottom layer, are usually very easy to fix, because in this case we have the white edge piece here and the second color on that piece is green. We can easily move that to the matching color. So here is green on green, and then we can now bring that up. And as you can see here, we have fixed that edge of the cross. So now we have the white and blue fixed, we have the white and green fixed. So here we have the white and red edge. So we're just going to try and bring this down to the bottom layer. So yes, bringing that down will scatter what we did with the white and green, but then we're just bringing that temporarily so that we can match it with where you see red here. And then you can now bring that green back up, and now you can now bring the red up. So as you can see, we've already solved three of the edge pieces of that cross. So now it's just remaining one edge piece, and here you can see the one white and orange. So easily we can just move this that way, align it with orange, and yes, we had to scatter the blue and white here, but now this orange is aligned. We can bring that up and then bring this one back up. And now you can see we've formed the cross. Alright, so in this step where we're trying to solve the cross, it's actually important to try and minimize moves. So instead of solving one edge at a time with long sequences, you can look for ways to place multiple edges efficiently. So that's what's important in this stage. So we're going to move on to the next step, which is the first two layers. So here we're going to be solving both the corner and edge at the same time, and we're going to try and look for the different corners and match them, or kind of pair them with the edges, and then we will look for the correct slot to place them. And once we find that slot, we'll just place them in that position and then move on to the next pair. So you can search the cube and see if there are already pairs that are together. So in this case, I can see there's a pair that's together. So here you can see white, blue, and orange is already paired with blue and orange. So that's on the bottom layer. So I'm just going to look for the correct slot, and here I can see that that's where these two pieces belong. So I'm going to just perform this sequence of moves to bring that up there. So this should be fairly intuitive. Again, I'm trying to avoid like using algorithms at this point. You should be able to understand just based on what you can see me doing, and based on like just looking at the cube and figuring out how you'll be able to move pieces around to get the result that you're looking for. So now you will not be so lucky to have those two corner and edge pieces paired together all the time. So sometimes you have to actually align them. So you can see, for example, in this case we have blue and red. So I'm going to just look for the blue, red, and white corner, and then we're just trying to match them together and then take them to the correct slot. So I'm going to search for that corner, and here you can see the white, blue, and red corner. So I bring that to the bottom layer, kind of isolate it this way, return this back because you don't want to scatter what we've already done. And then now it's already in the bottom layer. We're going to slide it and see if it fits, and here you can see it fits perfectly. So now we just need to move it to the correct slot. So we're just going to bring both of those pieces, isolate them in the bottom layer, return this back because you don't want to scatter that across, and then look for the right slot to fit them. Here you can see the perfect slot is here. So we're just going to do this, and now we have 2 pairs fixed, so just remaining 2 more. Now in this case we need the white, green, and red corner piece, and here you can see the pieces here. And there's a little way that I know that by, say, moving this piece and isolating it on the bottom layer, is going to align perfectly. Like here you can see it aligns perfectly. So this is how I was able to tell that that's what the situation is going to be, because if I look at it from this way, so if I look at the color that's here, it's red. So at this corner piece, I'm looking at it from this side because white is to the left. I can see that red does not align with green here, and that's actually the correct edge piece. And what that tells me is that if I now rotate this and isolate this in the bottom layer, that's going to match exactly where we need it to be. And then we can now remove those 2 pieces and isolate them and return that back, obviously because we don't want to scatter the cross, and then take them to where they belong. And then we'll just use what we did before to bring them to the correct slot here. Okay, so now we're going to work on the last one. So here you can see we're looking for green and orange here. So you're just going to search for where that is, because since it's not here, it's definitely going to be underneath somewhere. Right, so the green and orange piece is right there. And first of all, we need to move it to our reference point, which is this exact spot that's here. And I'm going to try and first separate this corner piece from the edge piece because I don't want it to kind of stick together at the top here. So I'm going to shift this to the side and give a little bit of distance, and then take this back. We have green and orange here, and our corner piece is down here. So we're going to bring this up to this position here. I'm going to bring the edge piece up to that position by doing this. Don't worry about this piece that's here, we don't actually need that for now. And we're going to check with our corner piece if it fits. So here you can see it doesn't fit. It's supposed to be orange on this side and green on this side. So what we can do in this case is just to recalibrate just the corner piece. So how I'm going to do that is simple. I'll just go to any other side of the cube, and what I'm going to do, I'll just perform this sequence of steps. Just going to do that. I'm just going to reverse and then I'll do it again. So now, yes, we brought these 2 pieces. So we brought this pair down. So this orange and blue pair, we brought that down. But now this white, orange, and green piece is actually where we need it to be in order to join it together with this edge piece. So how we do that is just the same way we did it before. We're just going to move that face this way, bring this, slide this way, join it together, and then that's pretty much all we need to do. And after we do that, we're going to go and fix it. We're going to fix this pair to the slot that it belongs to. And here we can see the slot is right here. We'll position it correctly and then we'll bring it up. And all we didn't actually scatter what we did with the orange and the blue. The pair is still here. We just temporarily needed to scatter it in order to recalibrate that corner piece. And then now that it's joined together like this, we can just position it correctly, and then we can now fix it into the correct slot. So that's actually something you need to practice multiple times in order to get right. Now, there might be other scenarios that you face. For example, I'm just going to use this orange and green again. Okay, so in this case, I'm going to try something. Okay, I think I have it where I need it now. Okay, so in this case, we brought this up to our reference point, and then we're trying to align it, but then this is completely off, right? This is the white is not on the bottom, the white is on either this side or this other side. So when you get this scenario, you don't panic, you just need to look at it this way. So if you, because now the white is to the left here, I will try and place it this way. And remember what I showed you before, you're kind of picking to the left to see if the color that's here, which is green, matches with the color that's here on that edge piece. And so green matches with green. So this means that you can actually join the pieces easily by using this sequence of steps. So first of all, you're going to push this face that way, and then you slide this down here, you join them, and that's basically all you need to do. So now you can see both of them are joined. What we did not scatter anything else on the cube, as you can see here. And then now we're just going to locate where this slot belongs, which is right here. Place it exactly where I'm placing it now, and then we'll just join them together. All right, so there's one more scenario, and here you can see that scenario. So we have green and orange here. So this scenario is like the hardest one out of everything, because if this was orange and green here, and then you can see the corner pieces like matching, like orange and green here. So if this was like swapped and this was orange and green, then easily we'll just like take the pick here to the right and then see that it matches, and then we'll just use the algorithm and just kind of pair them together, and then later on you're going to add them to the slot that they belong to. But in this case, you can see by doing that pick, so if I push this to this side, I'm pushing it to the side where I can see the white of that piece to the right. If this white was here, I would be picking this way, so I would just kind of pick it this way. If the white was here, I would be picking in this other way, but here the white is to the right here, so I'm going to pick from here, and then I'm going to see the two pieces don't actually the two colors, like where I'm literally placing my fingers now, don't match. So that means we have to find an alternative way to align this corner piece with the edge, and that's similar to what I showed you before. You just have to bring this down where the white shows, and yes, you're going to scatter this blue and orange pair, but we need to do that temporarily to get this fixed. So we're going to now relocate this and make sure that it matches, as you can see here, and obviously return this back because you don't want to scatter the cross. And then we're now going to shift this and isolate it in the bottom layer by just doing this. And now you can see there are two pairs in the bottom layer. There's the blue and orange, and there's also the orange and green. So we're going to solve the blue and orange first, and here you can see we can move it where it's supposed to be, and then we'll just fix it. So we're placing the pair here, and then we'll shift this here, join it together, and then raise it up. And then after that, we're going to fix the orange and green pair. So we're going to shift it that way, and then we're going to insert it to the slot. Now you need to practice this multiple times to get this right, and I plan to make some shots in the future, and those shots are going to show you these different scenarios again and how I intuitively kind of solve this without having to use algorithms necessarily, even though yes, technically I'm using like a sequence of steps to do this, but I'm not necessarily thinking about algorithms in my head. I already know, like, if I take the pick and I see that the colors don't align, then I need to bring the white down to the bottom. So that's it. You'll solve the cross and also the first two layers using CFOP. We practice again, this becomes second nature and set you up for faster solves. In a future video, we'll cover OLL and PLL to finish the cube. So if you found this helpful, subscribe to Cube River for more tutorials and speed cubing tips. Keep practicing and happy cubing. See you in the next one.